Tea is the beverage with the richest history on Earth. However, up to 80% of sales come from black tea, the most popular. Although it is worth saying, green tea has much more benefits and value for our body. The reason is that green tea contains 500 chemical elements. This phosphorus, zinc, magnesium, and many others. And also, of course, vitamins. And what will happen to our body if we start drinking green tea every day? The changes will be amazing, because this drink is truly healing. Watch the clip to the end, and we'll break down the effects of green tea in detail. By the way, friends, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell too. Don't miss my novelties. So green tea originated in China 5,000 years ago. Since then, the Chinese have had a lot of time to research and experiment to find out how different varieties of tea work, how to prepare it better, and what effect it has. So in short, the most interesting information about green tea. First, its effect is so significant that it is actively used in traditional Indian and Chinese medicine. Green tea, as I said before, is very rich in vitamins, minerals, and contains a lot of antioxidants. Thanks to this, it slows down our aging and improves the condition of our skin, nails, hair, and the overall condition of our body. At the same time, green tea has much more caffeine than ordinary black tea, about 1.5 times more. And I must say that in terms of caffeine content, green tea is already quite close to coffee. This is precisely the reason for its invigorating effect. Yes, green tea makes us alert and invigorates our spirits and vitality largely due to caffeine. And in this connection, it is generally contraindicated to people with hypersensitivity to caffeine, or those people who have high blood pressure, for whom caffeine makes their blood pressure even higher. In most people, it makes them feel invigorated, and in some people it doesn't. Then there is another 5 to 10% of people for whom caffeine, on the contrary, has a calming effect. Now that's interesting, but that's how individual we all are. Plus, of course, green tea again, because of the caffeine, has a fairly noticeable diuretic effect, which means that we will want to go to the bathroom more often and more, and should still limit yourself a little bit in the consumption of green tea. As I said in a previous video, that too much coffee is bad. The same is true for green tea. Whereas 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day at most is recommended, with tea 3 cups a day at most. And now let's elaborate on the effects of green tea on our body. So green tea helps to slow down our aging. We know about neurodegenerative changes in the brain, such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's syndrome. This is something that unfortunately many people get as they get older. Taken together, this group of diseases is called dementia, and there is a lot of medical research going on regarding all of these phenomena. For example, in 2011, American scientists conducted an experiment where they wanted to find out to what extent green tea can make life easier for people with Alzheimer's syndrome, and it was shown that it can actually alleviate their symptoms. However, too high a dosage is needed for this effect to be pronounced. Nevertheless, there is still a positive effect. Another study showed that green tea is very good for our cognitive abilities, and in particular for our memory, our ability to remember information. A number of studies show that long-term, lifelong consumption of green tea can reduce the likelihood of developing senile dementia. Also, green tea stimulates our brain. It increases the concentration of a substance like dopamine, and at the same time it decreases the concentration of a substance like adenosine, which is a substance that inhibits our nervous system. So our brain activity goes up, and we really start to think much better, and our reactions improve as well. And this is ensured by the combination of substances like caffeine and L-theanine, because together they form a very effective synergy. And what is interesting is that the effect is much milder, more stable, and longer lasting than if we just take coffee. Also, green tea helps with weight loss to a certain extent. Of course, we should not have rose-colored glasses and false expectations that we start drinking green tea and immediately lose 20 pounds. Losing weight is always a complex approach. It is a diet. That is, the number of calories and their quality is also important. It is also physical activity. But adding green tea, especially of course without sugar, can be a good addition to help us in this direction. So there was a study that involved 240 patients who lost weight over a period of 12 weeks, and those people who used green tea lost weight faster. This is because green tea increases the metabolic processes in our body. Another very interesting thing about green tea is that it reduces the likelihood of developing cancer in a person who drinks it regularly. For example, the experts of the National Institute from the US have found that the very same polyphenols which are contained in green tea provide this very effect. Also, green tea is rich in antioxidants, which help in this direction. Of course, we cannot assume that green tea is a medicine and a cure. No, but one of the means of prevention as an additional healthy habit. Another very interesting effect of green tea is its ability to remove bad breath. It would seem to be a purely cosmetic effect. But on the one hand, it is quite a nice addition. But there is another very important point. It is called catechins, and these substances inhibit the reproduction of streptococcal bacteria, the same ones that actively inhabit our oral cavity. That is a similar antibacterial effect of green tea, agreed to already much more interesting than just getting rid of the bad smell. It already has long-lasting effects. In particular, the catechins will reduce the likelihood of tooth decay, because it too is bacterial in nature. Of course, it won't cure the tooth decay that you already have, but as a long-term preventative measure, it's likely to be effective. Moving on, the next point is the benefits to the cardiovascular system. And it must be said that this, for our reality, is one of the most important areas where a healthy prevention is needed. So green tea is able to improve our cholesterol profile, as well as reduce permanent microinflammation in our blood vessels. All this together will slow down the processes of atherosclerosis. That is, the appearance of cholesterol plaques on the surface of our blood vessels. A group of researchers working on stroke concluded that the daily consumption of green tea reduces the likelihood of this disease by 31%. So green tea is an amazing product, which especially if consumed without sugar can significantly improve the condition of your body, lift your spirits, and generally allow you to enjoy its exquisite taste. By the way, friends, how do you drink green tea? Or maybe rate other drinks? Write in the comments. Share your opinions. It will be interesting. And now I encourage you to watch my other video, the link to the video you just had on your screen. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and see you at the very video about coffee. See you around.